What's up, guys? Back here again at the shop. We are fairly slow the end of this week, going on until next week. We're fairly slow still. So I want to take some time here and do a little video on how we set up tents on concrete. We use several different methods, I guess, but the most reliable and what we like to do the most time, and what we are going into and trying to make it be the only way we do it, is by using anchors. Had some videos of us doing it, but of us putting in anchors, but not the detailed steps of it. So here I just want to show you what we use. And now we have used wire barrels, and we have a bunch out back. I can go show y'all, but we do use those every now and then, but not very often anymore. We refrain from doing that because there's not very good. You got the water shifting in them, and they're hard to do. They take forever, hard to fill up. Take forever filling up anyway. And then also they're just not good. So they're higher on labor costs, and they don't protect your tent. They don't give you the safety you need. So this is what we use. Also on the water barrels, we do charge, when we do use them, we do charge like $20 a barrel for us to put those out there and fill them up. But we're also going to start telling people no on those, and not do it at all. If we can't do anchors, we won't do it at all anymore. We're getting to that point anyway. So, but when we first started out, we were just trying to get every job possible, and that's what we were doing. So anyway, we use anchors. Anchors are these here. They're concrete anchors. Give me hard to see there. We call them concrete anchors. The box here, the box come in right here. They say concrete fasteners. So you can get a picture of that. Concrete fasteners. Okay. And now you can buy these on Amazon. This box here we bought on Amazon, 25 in a box. You can also buy them from some supply stores in your area. That's where we used to get them, and now we found some on Amazon for lots cheaper. So what you'll need your anchors. You'll need the tool to set your anchors into the concrete, and then you'll need we use a 3-pound sledgehammer, and then we use a hammer drill. And this was actually is from Harbor Freight. It worked well for what we used it for. It hasn't stopped yet. We also have a Bosch, but that one we feel like we can throw it around more. If it breaks, it breaks. We go return it and get a new one. It's been fine. It hasn't broken yet in about 3 years now, so that one works great. Let me go ahead and turn it around, and I'll show you exactly how to use these and how we do that. All right, so first off, when you're going to do your anchors, you need to drill a hole first. You drill a hole into the concrete as deep as your concrete anchor is. So that's about 2.5 inches. So you want to drill it about 2.5 inches. Here you go, 2.5 inches into the concrete. We use a 7/8 inch anchor. They do got smaller sizes, but we use 7/8 inch. And then we use a 5/8 inch eye bolt, which will screw into this once we get it down. Okay. So first of all, you drill a hole into the concrete about 2.5 inches down, where this will sit flush with the concrete. Do that first. Then you take your tool here. Actually, first you would take this here. You would screw this into your eye bolt, or into your anchor. You would then place this into the hole, and it will not go all the way down. It will stop maybe about that far. Okay. Then you take your hammer. You'll bang this the top of your eye bolt here into the ground. That will knock your anchor down into the concrete, and hopefully that is flush. Hopefully that gets flush with the concrete. At that point, you have to take your eye bolt back out of it, So this is in the concrete now. You take this and you place it into the anchor right there. Okay, and then you'll hit this, the top of this, your setting tool, with the hammer, and that will hit. Can't see it. There's a blue piece in there. When that you hit that down, it will spread these out, which will grab onto the concrete, into the hole. So you take this. Now this is in the concrete. You take your hammer, bang this down. I bang it down pretty well. To get a full extension of the anchor here, you need this indentation here to go all the way down. That's the full extent of the anchor. Now that does not happen unless your concrete is very soft, and that's what you don't want that either. But if you get the full extent, it's all right. Anyway, hit that several times, 3 or 4 times, very hard. Okay. And now your anchor is set in the ground. Then you can screw your eye bolt back into the anchor, and that is set. So then you can tie off here with the eyelet if you need to, or you can put a strap underneath here, and that's what we do. Okay. The reason I screw this into your anchor before you knock it down flush into the concrete is because when you put this into the concrete after you drill a hole, it will not go all the way down. It's too stiff to bang with your hand or push it with your hand. If you use the hammer on the top of this, a lot of times you'll mess these threads up, or the outside of this anchor. So you need to screw your eye bolt into it first. Make sure you get more than just half a turn or a full turn. I would go 5, 6, 7 turns even, until it stops is where I would probably go, normally go. Then I would hit on it, because if you only go 2 or 3 turns around, then you'll also mess up your threads on the inside. So you need to go, I would say at least 5 times around here, getting it in there. So we use 7/8 inch anchors and 5/8 inch eye bolts. Alright guys, if you're enjoying this video, please press that like button, that notification bell also, subscribe to my channel, and comment below what other parts of the business that you're in and what you need tips on, and just let me know what other video to make, and I'll try to get to that. But anyway, please like and subscribe and get back to the video. Alright, so that is how I use them, and it doesn't take too long to do it. Set these, each one, especially if you can get a guy ahead of you, drill in the hole, and another guy come behind you and set the anchors. That's the fastest way to do it. If you drill too deep on the hole, just take some of the concrete dust that you have drilled out, slide that back into the hole, and then try this again. The way you get this out of the ground, after you set the hole, after you drill the hole, if you don't go deep enough with this, if you need to get back out, you would take your eye bolt, you would screw it into this, you would tap it with a hammer on both sides as you're pulling out of it, and that most of the time works. These are fine if you leave them out of the ground, but if you leave them out of the ground, cars can run over them. There'll be tripping hazards, all kinds of stuff with this, leaving it out of the ground. So you need it flush or below the concrete is what you need. It's better when it's flush. If you go below the concrete, they are hard to find, hard to reuse, just more difficult. So make sure these get flush. I will go out and grab a plug. So once you're done with these and you take your tent from the location, they sell plugs that you can screw down into this. So this will stay in the concrete, and you'll put a plug in the top of this, and you can remove that once you go back out to do another tent in the same location. you can remove the plug and reuse this without drilling more holes or put these in the ground. So these are about $1.30 a piece. It takes a little bit of time to drill it. The eye bolts are always reusable for any hole, any location. These are about $6 a piece. You can get them for $5 a piece some places. But you know, we charge per hole on this. We charge between $5 and $10 per hole when we drill these anchors, and we make them use it for every leg. So another upcharge on these. If they went in concrete, that's how they're using them. Like I said, we're getting out of barrels, water barrels. We're not doing those anymore. Now we do offer concrete blocks. We offer 1,100 pound blocks each, which have to be transported with our forklift. So I think we charge $75 for the concrete block, and then plus the delivery fee of the our forklift. So that's a big charge. Only corporate events and stuff like that use that. And a lot of times they use anchors as well. But the anchors are very, I'll go out here and show you an anchor that we did here in our yard. We use for tarps and stuff, holding it down, and show you how that looks real quick. Let me show you this. All right, guys, so this is the anchor here. This has been here for about between 5 and 6 years. It is flush right there. So that's how it's supposed to look. It is rusty now. This one does not have a plug in it. It does have rocks down in there, but all you do is blow those out and put your anchor in. We use this here at our shop to tie down tarps as we wash. We put spray paint over the hole also. That's what this is, if they allow it. Maybe a backyard won't allow it, but a corporate event, they normally do not care. It's a parking lot anyway, so that's what we do. But yeah, when you step back, as far as, especially if you did not have that plug in there, if you did not have the spray paint on it, you won't even be able to see it really. It'll just, you know, that would look just like this rock over here. So anyway, that's what they look like. Anyway, very easy. Another idea is to do it on concrete without drilling into the hole and without using water barrels. You can't see my water barrels. My water barrels are back here in the back. But if you don't want to use water barrels, and you can't use anchors, another idea is really just to put any heavy weight out there that makes you feel comfortable in the wind. I know when you're starting out, you don't want to turn down any jobs, especially easy jobs that you can do. So in that case, you can watch your weather as much as possible. Pick up the same night you set out, or make your own weights. So the block and rolls, concrete blocks are expensive. For a lot, we don't have them yet, and we may not get them. But this is one option we did. So this is a 55-gallon barrel drum. We filled that with concrete, and we put chain in here. The basic idea of block and roll and things that we've been using. So this chain we'll use to strap your tent down. We can pick this up with the forklift, but this is also small enough where we can dolly it. Now it's heavy, but we can dolly it. This is about 200 pounds right here. So it's usable. It can be usable. Not the easiest, but it can be done. Another weight, a little bit lighter, is these barrel buckets here. Now we use these for lights, not tents, but you could use that for a light, for a tent also if you needed to. Our big heavy weights are, I'm not gonna walk out that far, but they are out here in our yard. Those blocks out there are 1,100 pounds each, and they have to be transported with the forklift. That's what I was talking about earlier. Come back in here, and I will go with the anchor. All right, so this is the plug I was talking about. It's just a small plug with an Allen wrench key up top here. Can't see that too well. The Allen wrench head. Okay, So you use that. So this is in your concrete. You place this in on top of that, and that can be screwed down. Allen wrench. Got a long one, but yeah, screw that down. Now that is capped off and plugged for next time, where no dirt, rocks, and stuff like that will fall into there. You can take that off. They do get stuck, so there's also grease you can put down into that, which will make them be lubricated so they can slide out next time. When you go back out next time to pull all these out, you know these things are pretty cheap. You can cut this off, however high you want to cut it off, and not have the handle. And that way you can put it on a drill. And this can be removed with the drill or set with the drill, either one. So when you have a lot of them, you can do the drill. All right, so that is the way to do it. That's how we do it. It's not that expensive. Like I said, they're about $1.30 to $1.50 per anchor. On Amazon, at least, every 25 anchors you buy, you can get this piece for free, the set tool. Your eye bolts, they are about between $5 and $6 a piece, and that's this size. If you can go smaller size, they will definitely work. Your plugs, I'm not sure how much those are, but they're not that expensive either. Your drill is less than 200, less than 200 for that. The hammer, all pretty cheap here. To get a good set in your on anchors and be safe, be secure, be confident that it's not going anywhere. And also, we do charge $5 a piece for it. You can charge higher if you need to. We charge $5 a piece, so that's an extra charge for the tent. We actually probably make some money on that. It pays for the anchor, it pays for the eye bolt, and it's just easy to do. And then when we go back next time and do the same tent, it's quicker because we're not drilling holes and we're not hitting stakes in. So we're setting the tent up and basically already strapping it down. All we gotta do is twist that eye bolt into the ground. So quicker next time. Now we do use this system on frame tents and pole tents. We've done this for about 5 years now, and never had a problem with these anchors pulling out. They do pull out every now and then, but you basically just have to reset them. Just hit them back down with a hammer. They just didn't get a good grip when you set them. After that, they last about 3, 4, maybe even 5 years, using them constantly. We have this one job. We set up there a tent maybe every at least one tent every 3 months, and we use those same anchors every time. And when they do pull out, we just get the same anchor if it's still good, grab a new anchor and reset it. The hole is normally fine. So that's how we do those. If you do need to refill a hole, just dump some concrete into it, some dry concrete, pour some water over it, and it's good and set. Had another question on here recently about how do I fill holes for the asphalt. How we do that is we take a newspaper, piece of paper, some sort of trash, stick it down into the hole, and these are holes that for stakes. We stick some sort of paper down into the hole, and then we pour dry concrete on top of the paper. That way there's only about inch and a half, maybe even 2 inches of concrete with paper underneath that, and then an empty hole. In that case, you can find the hole for next year and put your stake in the same hole. Just break through the concrete about 2 inches, so it's not hard to do, and your stake's back in the same hole. It stays tight. So anyway, that's what you do. You use for that for asphalt, anchoring. Probably a long video and a little bit rambling, but if you have any questions, let me know. I can do a better video of us actually using them. I can try to do that on a job site, or I may can just answer it on the chats. But just let me know. I'll do what I can to answer your questions. And thanks for watching. Please push that like button and push that bell.